doing? Hi, ready to go? How are you? Thank you for the iPad. How's your day? Hope you're all doing good. Glad to hear it. What did you do today? Tell me about your day. Also, how's the music? Is the music too loud, too silent? I. You see. I'll be right back. I'm alright. Don't worry. All good. I. I just opened a bottle of iced tea. Yuzu iced tea to be accurate. From Japan. I bought it extra for today's occasion. I actually quite like yuzu. It has an interesting taste. It's somewhat sweet, but also bitter. It's kind of bittersweet. I quite like it. Did you had any Japanese drinks or snacks before? I, for example, had milk tea before. I quite like it. Um, actually, you're from Switzerland as well, right? If I might remember correctly. Believe it or not, all the Japanese treats that I had. Oh, I see. I'm. I'm sorry for that. Must be rough. But all the Japanese treats that I have with me here today, I bought from local stores. Like Migros. So, yeah, I'm kind of surprised how much Japanese treats you can actually buy just locally. Um, give, give me a moment. I'll be right back. I need to set something up. By the way, how's the music? Is it too loud? It might be a bit loud. Thank you for that, Pat. Okay. Should I make it louder? I can make it louder for you. Is this better? Well, it's a new setup, so I don't want it to be too overpowering. But I still want it to be audible. So, I don't know. Like, this is probably fine. That's good. But, yeah. Let me tell you guys, how my entire story with Japanese culture even started. And for that, we go all the way back to high school. Back in high school, I wasn't the best student. I didn't do my homework and stuff. No, middle school, I didn't do my homework, and even though I had good grades, I was kind of like, didn't really do my stuff. And so, the teachers kind of decided I'm a troublemaker, and that I should not go to a normal school. Instead, I was sent to a boarding school. You guys know what a boarding school is, right? Like, the school where you basically live there. That's the kind of school I've been in. And so, the boarding school had a rule. We basically had to do, one activity, like some kind of sports or hobby activity one time a week. That could be, and it had to be something like kind of outside of school. Not necessarily outside of school grounds, but not organized by the school. And so I started doing karate. Yep, I learned karate in high school. Well, originally, karate wasn't even what I wanted to do. I wanted to do, yuri hockey? Line hockey? The hockey thing with the ball. That's what I wanted to do. But that was not available. And so I did karate instead. Training was kind of tough. The teacher was kind, but he definitely didn't pull his punches. And, well, let's just say I'm not the most sporty girl. But I managed. And I stayed in that karate club for 2 years. Some people made fun of me when they watched me because when I had a headache, I had to basically rub my temples. I think it's temples. And yeah, with high sports activity, that kind of happened a lot. But I still kind of managed. And even though I never really passed a trial, like, I never did a trial, like, I didn't even have a karate suit. I just was there with my sports clothes. But in turn, I was allowed to train for free, and doesn't really matter if you have a suit. It's the knowledge that matters, right? And, well, I had the knowledge of basically a green belt by the time that I left. And with karate, while you train, there are some Japanese terms that are used quite a lot. For one, in karate, you count in Japanese, which will be the first thing we're practicing today, is like the Japanese numbers. And yeah. And other things are like kata and God. It's been so long. I forgot some of the terms used. But yeah, kata was one of them. Which in karate, kata is basically like a shadow battle. Where you basically chain a number of moves together in order, and it kind of looks like a dance, to be honest. Do you feel like you retain any of the skills? Because I did Aikido as a kid for a couple of years, and the only skill I remember is how to roll. Well, I retained some of the skills. Specifically, I retained how to block. How to block attacks. Which is probably a pretty useful skill to retain when it comes down to it. It's always good to know how to protect yourself. But Aikido is interesting. Where is Aikido from? Is Aikido also a Japanese combat sport? What is it like? Like, I know karate is very disciplined and is a lot to do with kicking and blocking. But, and I know judo is a lot of throwing and using your opponent's weight. But, how does Aikido work? It mainly dealt with grappling and moving the opponent. I see. That's pretty interesting. So it's basically you move the opponent the way you want and keep him from moving himself so that he can't attack. Is that it? Yeah. So it's mainly just keeping the opponent from attacking. It does sound like a pretty useful combat sport to know. In terms of self-defense. Though, obviously here in Switzerland, you don't need much self-defense. Since we live in a fairly safe country. One of the safest, actually. As far as I know. But yeah. That's how I learned my first Japanese words. It was in karate. I mean, the people on drugs who talk to me at night were also chill. Well, I guess that's good. Though, I'd probably be pretty scared of people on drugs. No offense to anyone who likes to take drugs, but you also learned how to count in Japanese from the sport? Yeah. I think that's how probably most people in the West learn to count in Japanese. Of course. You didn't properly open. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. He called me beautiful and talked about how his friend got him the COVID vaccine from overseas and how it doesn't work. Oh no, so he got basically scammed? That's so unfortunate. Well, that's kind of awkward. Well, I guess we'll have to do with this. But yeah, here I have a sheet with Japanese numbers from 1 to 100. And so we're gonna learn the numbers today. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I had to take a quick breather. Yeah. Is this big enough? Or do I need... I feel like I might need to zoom in more, right? For you guys to see it. So, how do I do this? How do I zoom? Ah! I have not used GIMP a lot. There should be a way to zoom, right? Is it here? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this should make it easier to read the text. So... First we have Rei, Zero, Maru. Are all of these 0? Like, all 3 of these mean 0? Then for the others. Ichi, 1. Ni, 2. San, 3. Yon, 4. Go, 5. Roku, 6. Nana, 7. Hachi, 8. Q, 9. Ju, 10. Chuichi, 11. Chuni, 12. Chusan, 13. Chuyon, 14. Jugo, 15. Churoku, 16. Chunana, 17. Chuhachi, 18. Chuku, 19. Then Nichu is 20. Zanju is 30. Yeonju is 40. Gochu is 50. Rokuju is 60. Nanaju is 70. Hachiju is 80. And Kyuju is 90. And Haiku? Hyaku? Hyaku? I think it's Hyaku. I assume they have subtle differences in context. Probably, yeah. So, Mitsu Ichi is 21, I assume. So, numbers do seem fairly simple. 1 to 100. Then again, it's also pretty simple in English. I assume Hyakuniju is 120. If I understood the system correctly. So, pretty simple. And hi, Aneko. How are you doing? Uh, oh, God. Um, we for today we are gonna cut it short for today. Oh, really? That's interesting. That reminds me that in Harvest Moon and Story of Season, Friends of Mineral Town, if you look at the TV at 4:44, the TV will bug out. I do remember that Easter egg, which I assume is for that reason that in Japan 4 counts as an unlucky number that means death. Which, yeah, I think it's a pretty interesting Easter egg. will continue the stream tomorrow, like, um... Oh! This is the kanji for death. That's interesting. But yeah. That's really fascinating. Death, huh? Good to know. I got bonked. But yeah, I'll I'll do the other half of this stream tomorrow for the other half that was planned. I will start the stream early and well, we're gonna do the other half of this. Thank you for that, Bat. I ran out of Yuzu iced tea. I already drank it all. So... no more water I'll have to do. Oh. The water is also almost empty. I'm not gonna raid into anybody today. Cause I don't really feel like it. I thank all of you for joining. Thank you. I'll try. See you tomorrow.